Thank you so much for doing it. It's a long time,
Yes, mate.
long time coming. We got the champ joining us, man. The Margate Rock, Takaloo.
But
For so many years, we've been meaning to like sit down and have a little chat and
no,
show the people, man. Where is the man?
yeah,
That's
well,
what
listen,
they're asking.
it's crazy because, like I said, for me, boxing's been like my life as a I think it was an 8-year-old kid. It's funny, like I said, how it all started. And I said, some people, like, I feel like when I'm in the gym, I feel like I'm living. I love it. It's just mad. Even though I present to me, you train too mad, you're crazy. But it's just when you do it saying you love, it's not a job. You know what I mean? So
It's a lifestyle,
yeah,
isn't it?
yeah.
And I'm seeing the energy here, man.
Oh,
It's
my energy is
insane.
madness. Box energy is the best. We love it. Always here. They all train hard, and they've got a good team of guys there. And I mean, they put a heart and soul. Come and listen. Some of them guys finish work. They do a 9 to 5 job, and they come in straight after work. They still got the dirt on them from the ground. You know, they come in and they're smashing it out. You know what I mean?
Insane. That's what even Dave. I just bumped him at the as I was coming in, and he goes, "I just finished football as well." I'm like, and you're going straight to boxing. Yeah, man.
Now, to do boxing, you gotta be crazy, man. To get punched in the head for a living, you gotta be crazy.
That's insane, man. That's honestly insane. We'll definitely have to come in here. I know you've been here already, Joe.
100%, man, 100%. I mean, the guys in here are all lovely people, man. They're like a family. And the boxing community is wicked. I mean, they all stick together.
Yeah.
They don't disrespect anyone. Everyone sticks together. Everyone's got enough love for each other, man. Wicked,
And that was
man.
John. He's the guy that runs.
John's the guy, and like I said, he's like the main man. He's I mean, he takes his. I mean, he's got 2 or 3 jobs, that guy, and he puts. I don't know how he gets the time of the day to come in. You know what I mean? I don't know if his wife likes him very much because he's always down here.
So this will be the man I got to talk to, man, to get in here.
Yeah, we get him in here, man. See, I've known John since I was when I first come to England. You know what I mean? Because I was in Newton, and me and John, obviously John.
So he's actually been with you throughout your whole career.
Yeah, I've known him. He's friends with my brothers, and like I said, and everyone. So before there was a community, and everyone, like I said, you knew who your neighbours were. Not now, you don't even know who your neighbours are. Everyone sort of like, you know, some people have done well. You know, they've sort of got into that mindset of like, greed, money, get this, get that, forgetting about friendship and family and like and living really. And I said, back in the day, we had nothing, but we lived. You know what I mean? And everyone was like sitting on the green in the centre and just having laugh, doing barbecues. It was like old school.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? It was wicked.
That's insane, man.
And I said, these guys sort of encouraged me because like, I started doing well in boxing. One tag, he's a champ. He's coming through the ghetto. You know what I mean? It was mad because it was all in the state, and no one fought. Like Margate, when you think about Margate's created a class fighter, who would have thought that happen?
It's not gonna happen,
You know what I mean?
mate. That's
From everyone, like there was a lot of naysayers and like, people saying, hey, "You're not going to make it. You're not going to do well." But like I sort of blocked that out, and I thought, I know what I want. How can other people say to me I'm not going to make it? But I just like I had that dream, and like I said I had big idols and like people to look up to. So Muhammad Ali, Sugar Ray Leonard, and Tyson, them guys, wow, I want to be like them. That's it. And Sylvester Stallone. I think every boxer, they've been inspired by the Rocky films, and that done it for me.
done. Would you say out of like obviously the fighters and everything like that, but is there anything else that drove you to like? Because obviously that's a high level, man.
No, like I said, for me it was just like it hasn't all been like all roses and great. There was like we come from dirt, you know what I mean? Someone said to me, from shit you get the best, man. You get manure down, you're gonna get some trees and rip the fruits.
That's
you know what I mean? So when we first come to the UK, there was a lot of racism where we was, you know, like they call you like, oh, this, that, and like foreigner, you know what I mean? Go back to your own country. You know what I mean? I was thinking there wasn't many, you know, coloured or you know Middle Eastern people in the area, and there was a lot of like you know seaside areas like you know at that time was quite predominantly white people, and you know, and like I said, and I sort of you know we went in the ghetto in the scum of it, you know what I mean? And like we had to knuckle down, and remember there's like at that time we were a family of 6, and then we expanded. There's I had like three brothers, and a sister that was born here. So yeah, and then my other brother Rocky came along. But yeah, so we've been a big family. And my parents actually like, man, I'm a parent myself. I know Hollywood. Jesus, man, you crazy to have that many kids. So yeah.
But that's one thing you said in the gym the other day. Pressure makes diamonds. That's so true.
100%. Like the pressure makes diamonds because. Like people don't know my background because I'm always laughing and joking, going, you've got it easy. Your life's easy. It's all gonna hand it to you, mate. If anything but that, it was hard. I mean, when I first come to the UK, it was like I had to learn how to speak the lingo. I couldn't even speak English, man. It was like I got picked up from my country and then brought here. And I didn't know what was going on, and it was all new to me. It's like I mean, I dressed different. Like, it looked like They're like coming to America. Hey, hey. I was like that. I come here. Hey, Akeem. That was me. I was Akeem when I come here. And I said, and you know, things didn't. We had a bit of a hard upbringing. Not no fault of ourselves, but you know, we had to. My mum and dad had to sort of grind
I bet, man.
to make ends meet because, like, back in the day, I mean, like, people had to hustle, man. You know what I mean? They had to hustle to get to when they get. And I said, you know, there was a bit of a, you know, sort of with authorities and things. But I said, I mean, boxing taught me a massive lesson. I think if they could bring boxing into, or they started to do it, bringing it into schools, and I said, the discipline it gives you, like when everyone else, when all my friends were going out and like getting drunk, getting wrecked, and doing drugs, and I was like, not me, mate. I know what I want. I want to be a champion.
But that's so insane, because self-discipline and discipline in general is lacking massively, I think, nowadays.
Yeah, and I said, because we speak to people, and they say, what do you want to be when you're older? I want to be a paint decorator. You guys go, what do you want to be when you're older? I want to be a train driver. And I think that's pretty cool. But I want to be a champion. And I think that to be a champion, you've got to be the best. You've got to beat everyone. You've got to raise your standards. And it's not easy. You can't just be called a champion. Oh, man, it was hard. It was like, for me, because I said, coming from this area, it's difficult. You know, it was a small little town in Margate. Not a lot of people know it. Because when they should say, I'm from Margate, they go, where's that? Is it that? Come on, brothers. Oh, it's lovely. We should go on holiday down there.
So was it in school? How did you discover it? Was it in school, or how did you first get exposed to it?
So basically, when we come here, like I said, we went through a really tough time. That, you know, we was just hustlers, and my parents, you know, they had a bit of a situation, and you know, we got taken away from them, and then only because we didn't have a place to stay, and like I said, we tried to find a time, and we got put in a home, and my dad. My uncle used to box here, so my dad, and I was getting in trouble at school because I got into fights and you know, by calling like racist names and that. And the only way I could do so is react and fight. And then obviously to go home and get beaten from my parents. Say, you bastard, we not bring you here to fight. So and then what happened from that grit and determination? They said to me, listen, take him to boxing because he ain't gonna learn. He keeps like getting in trouble. And I wasn't getting in trouble. I was defending myself. And I was, you know, I was. It was hard for me because I come from my country and brought it here, and I loved it. My friends said we left everything. We had to just make a decision and go. So 1 minute we're living in a palace, next minute we don't know where we're living. We're basically just surviving. So it just all went away. So wow. So I've had that feeling. I know what it feels like to have nothing and to start gaining stuff. But yeah, it was difficult times, but you know, I think boxing for me helped me so much because I had something to fall back on and do something. So I had a purpose in life. You know, it made it interesting because, you know, I just knew what I wanted. And most days nowadays, kids at school and like, you know, in the social clubs and all the other stuff, they don't know what they want. You ask them to keep changing their mind, but for me, I knew what I wanted. I wanted to be Rocky, man.
Mate, that's it.
I wanted to be Rocky Balboa. And then it's mad. It's like, and they say like, and these sayings that you get now, these inspirational sayings you say now, thinking you'll become. And I think I was doing that back in the day. Like, without even knowing what I was doing. You know, being positive and going like, it's funny, the harder I work, the luckier I get. And like I say, you're well lucky, people say to me. And I was thinking, really? I keep working harder because I'm getting lucky every time I work hard. So, but
what was that first experience when you like walked to the gym and you're like, this is what I want to do?
This is the gym. Like I started. Mate, do I get that?
That's probably one of the guys. That's all.
They're probably ringing me. You're gonna come and train or what? Yeah. But that's it. When I first come in, it was hard because I said I have to come in. And I said, and kids could be nasty, mate. You know what I mean? Like when you could be, you know what I mean? And I couldn't speak a word of English. Like, and I had to have like special lessons at school, but I picked the lingo up quick. I had to adjust. You know, so I had that. It gave me that fire. I was thinking, man, I'm like that hatred of champion. And then, like I said, when I had my first fight and I won my, I lost my first fight.
Really?
Yeah, I lost my first fight, and I was like, I only split decision, but I went back and beat the guy. And that is so.
See, that shows you, man, because it's not always the case of like, try something. It's amazing.
For me, it was like, no, every loss I had was like a learning curve. For me, it's ain't gonna happen again because I had to learn on the job. So I didn't have the right. I didn't have a team of people around me. I was as prodigy that I'm gonna go places. I just like thought I wanted to be a boxer. I just done my best to be the best at the game. Yeah. I think if I was a dustman, I would have been the best dustman. I had that determination and goal. Most people don't set themselves no goals. Yeah, what you know, I don't know. I got my kids though. My daughter's like finished school. She's like, oh, she's doing accountancy, this business, and she's like, I don't know if I like this now, Dad. I'm like, what? But you got opportunities now. Before we had, it was just like,
That is
kill or
true.
be killed. You know what I mean? It was hard. Just go for it, and that's what we was doing. And I said, Wiz from like, you know, it's hard for my parents because I said they had to. I mean, they got at that time 4 growing lads.
Man, that's no
and,
joke.
and yeah, listen, man, I know that amount I eat, and then how the hell should like I was here, and it was difficult. You know what I mean?
100%, man. And it's, when you like made that transition from amateur boxing into pro boxing, what was that like?
It was pretty easy because, like I said, it was just like my dream coming true. It was like I was also visualising it and thinking, oh, I'll be a champion, I'll be boxing in front of crowds and all that. And he was the thing that said, they should see me, they go, oh, he's cocky, he's so arrogant. Or, listen, I'm just a happy guy, I enjoy
Yeah,
it.
just glad to be here.
It's like going out for a nice dinner, yeah, and you're eating this piece of steak. Oh, mate, this is blinding. Give me another piece. That's what boxing was for me. And then, like I said, you do get the ups and downs in anything. To learn, for me, if I could go back now, I would make sure that I would have got the team around me, like everyone that cares, and like so we're going to grow together. Do you know what I mean? So like a corporation.
100%.
You know what I mean? And like I said, it's shown every person that's done that had that mindset. They've all gone on, and they're still champions now. But like I said, to come from here and to get to where I've got, it's just like it's basically known as like crazy, you know. And I think for me, it was just pure heart determination. Yeah. When everyone was sleeping, I was going out running. Honestly, that's mad. But even now, like I said, I don't need to train. I've done my bit. I've been doing since I was 8 years old, but I still come down to the gym with the boys and train and enjoy it. And I'm still at my fight weight, man. I'm still fresh.
I know, I was going to say
and clean, boom.
Honestly.
And I'm still strong. I'm taking anyone on.
Mate, 100%. I saw you in the gym, like, how many times? Every time I clock you on the bag, it's absolute fire. Who's this, like, 21-year-old over there busting, like...
I'm going to keep telling my missus this. Don't mess with me, 21 years old. No, it's good.
That's unreal. Would you say you've kept, what you said about having the right squad, the right people around you?
Yeah, it's just having that, like I said, not letting, what's it called, the environment make decisions for us. Mm-hmm. I mean, sometimes we make decisions, things happen and we adjust to it. You know what I mean? But I was already adjusted. I knew what I wanted, so I lived like a champion. I lived like a fighter. I was watching what I was eating. Like everyone else, I said, when I was a kid, the hardest thing was all my friends were going, we was going out bike riding, skating, and maybe they were going to go stop at McDonald's and get a milkshake. And I was going, no, I'm going to championship fight. I'm not eating that. So it was hard. And I'm watching them eating, drinking the milkshake, eating the burger. I'm like, oh man, and that's determination to keep the weight. Doing that when your mind is not like, you don't give a shit, do you? It makes life easier now. And I said, people used to say to me, mate, you're crazy. Why do you still train? And I see some of my friends I went to school with, mate, they've I
bet
they don't look good, man.
It's a very different scenario, man. I can imagine that.
I mean, I said, I'll box you. I still got all my teeth. They ain't got no teeth. What the hell's happened? You didn't fight. Where's your teeth gone? But it's health, man. Keep yourself healthy and strong.
It's what you said the other day as well. It's the type of stuff that you consume for energy, isn't it? It's
yes, mate. You got to. You're saying you don't know. Your body doesn't know. Whatever you believe, you will come. If you get up, I've had enough today. It's a shit day. You feel that way because you're telling you're telling the motherboard. You know what I mean?
No, exactly.
You're telling the motherboard how you want to be programmed. So you're going around telling yourself that this is what you want. I said, for me, I was always thinking, I am the greatest. I feel I was Ali. I was a weirdo, man. I was walking around in school like, some kid said to me, he's crazy, this kid, man. But I was obsessed. But I think if I had the right people from the beginning, had
nutrition,
smart
that
people.
sort of stuff.
I didn't know. I was doing it. I think I was beating top guys, and I didn't have a clue. No one taught me. It was just like my determination on his own was winning fights. And then the people said, this kid could actually fight. You know what I mean? I was like, whenever I did my movements and stuff and that. I mean, I was in the schools with Nassim Hamid and all the. One of the champions I was there with Joe Kawasaki, Nassim Hamid, David. So I mean, the competition was like another level. There was like some good fighters. I look at the progress. I think, God, look at all these fighters. They all become champions. And so now you've got people like Jake Paul taking up boxing and fighting.
I know. How weird is that for like you? You're a world champion. What do you think of that shit?
Hey, listen, I just think it's business, and they're making. You know what I mean? They're smart and they're doing what most promoters are doing, and it's about entertainment. And if they're putting entertainment events on, then good on them. But I think, like I said, boxers, for what they go through, what time and effort they put into game, and what they give for entertainment, man, they should be paid a lot more than football players get. You know, they fall on the floor, like, my leg, oh,
the health implications alone, man, right?
Yeah. But it's like boxing is just like, listen. I say to people, you can play football, you can play snooker, you can't play boxing. You have to be, it's in you from the beginning, and you have to have that upbringing. You don't get many like guys that come out of good, secure. You do one or two, but you know,
it's not a typical thing, is it?
Yeah, it's like you have to become like, listen, you have to get hit to bed. You have to get smacked to bed. Get in bed, boom. Now you get kissed to bed. Good night, baby. Take it to bed. I was getting my ass whooped.
Would you say that that's part of like why you had that sort of mentality of like, this has to work?
No,
like,
what it was, I was just like I said, I was just like I don't know if I was nervous, but I react different when I'm nervous, and now I just laugh and I think, yeah, like, I enjoy it. So I enjoy. And people say, make fear your friend, and I think I was doing that when I was a kid. Myself,
it came natural to you, man.
Yeah, so I was like, yeah, like I boxed this guy in championship. His name was God's Power.
Right.
God's Power Uberia. And I went, oh, God's Power. And I knew that was his name. What kind of name is that? I thought it was a joke name. So we went there and you got the medical cards, and they put the medical cards, and we're getting weighed in. And I saw this kid, man, this black kid, he was like, boom, shredded. And like, mate, he actually had muscles coming out his ear. It was like, I went, and I had like a belly fat. I was like, that ain't the guy, is it? And it's definitely not him. He looks too big. He put his medical card down, and I went, woo! That's God's Power. I went, damn. And I beat him, by the way. I stopped him, and I went to the ABC finals and that. And then,
what were you like mentally, man? Because that must have shifted what you thought about, like beating somebody that much bigger. Or whatever.
Yeah, like I said, because like beating him, I was thinking, man, I'm going to be a champion, because I see, like, belief happens. Yeah, you have to have like references to support your belief. You can't just have a belief. Like I said to you, that tabletop, you put your camera on there to support it because it's got legs to support it. You believe that camera's not going to go anywhere because you've got legs to support it. You've got solid belief. For me, I was building that up with winning fights to get championships. And there was like ups and downs, but that determination, that will to win. When my friends are going out and playing, going to school, this goes, oh yeah. And I was like, no, I want to be a champion. I was out and running. It's mad. They actually thought, mate, you're some autistic kid, man. What's up with you? Why aren't you coming out with us? I want to be a champion. That's all I had. Champion. I want to be a champion. I want to be like Muhammad Ali. Yeah, and then obviously when it happened and you start making money, then like things started changing. You got, I was like, wow, what do I do with this? Going out with, Kylie Minogue, this guy, that. Oh, mate, it was crazy. But
are you still? You mentioned actually, there's a few like big names, like people you train,
mate,
people you like socialize with. That's insane.
Mate, back in the day, like I said, like you go there and you see like I had posters of these guys on my wall. Like when I was with Tyson, I was like, man, I had a poster of this guy on my wall when I was 15. And I'm like, I'm in the same change rooms getting warmed up to have a fight. It was mad because I used to sit in my bedroom and going like, look at everything. Mate, that's gonna be me one day. I'm gonna be fighting on the big bills, and like it's mad. So as I say, that's what they say. Think it, dream it, become it, and that's what was happening. I try to say that to my kids, and this is real. And I don't see things and like see it on social media and I go, oh, I'm gonna use that. Yeah, some people are saying things. I was going, that works because I've done it. It's what they call them, the social media guys. They come in there, and try to like, what do they call them?
Like influencers?
Influencers, that's it. Yeah, they come in and they're like coming out with quotes. I was going, damn, this is quite cool because I was doing that when I was 14, but like by accident. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's mad. And like I remember there was a poster on my wall of Tyson and Sugar Leonard. And I went to my brother. I said, bro, take a picture of me. I'm gonna stand there next to it. We had one of the little throwaway cameras. And I was like, just pretend I'm with him like that. And like a few years later, I'm sitting with Sugar Leonard, like talking to him. It's mad.
It's his thing because you trained with him. Yeah, you were on his undercard, right?
Yeah. Not Sugar Tyson. Sure, I met him on the prize fight thing. But yeah, I met some good people in boxing. I also met some bad people, but
of course.
But yeah, they're in every game. But like I said, you've made some like real friends, because you've got a boxing community. It's like, it's
and
crazy.
a few people reached out, right? Because I know your son does some really good content, like some knockout reels.
Social media stuff and all that. And they all keep telling me, Dad, you want to do some like stuff on social media? I don't put nothing on. I don't really talk about myself. I feel a bit like, oh, you know what I mean? But
man, you got some good knockout reels, man. You're perfect for it.
Yeah. I've been putting some, my son's been putting some stuff on there, and I said, he was saying, I think I upset one of the ex-opponents, and he got the with me, and I thought,
I saw that actually. I
don't upset anyone, but it's just like, you know what I mean? But that's what they say, man. In a Kung Fu Panda said it, you know what I mean? Today's history, tomorrow's mystery, today's the present. So let's do it, man. That's it. And he's going on for saying that happened like,
It needs to move on.
I don't know, 20 years ago, man, I thought you're a sad case, man. No, forget it. It's like, you know what I mean? I forgot about it. It's no big deal. And I said, for me, it's just now, it's just enjoying saying that, you know, I've always enjoyed doing.
That's it, man. It's a positive energy, and that's the most important thing.
Yeah.
But mate, talk about like energy. You obviously became a champion, world champion.
Yeah.
What was that feeling like, man? Where was your head? Because you've met your goal. Like you saw what happened to Fury.
We all won this belt. We all won like a title. We want to have like Takaloo is this champion, is that champion. I said when I won the IBF Intercontinental title and then the WBO, I was like, wow, man, this is mad. I mean, and then obviously I got the world ratings, but I just, like I said, for me it was just. I knew I could have done a lot more, but I think the hand that I dealt with, it wasn't a very good hand, but I made the best out of it. You know what I mean? Definitely. I played the best game out of it. Mate, you know, definitely. For coming from me, I mean, I struggled getting to the gym some days because it's so far away. I had to be in the cities and that and showing what I can do because down in Thanet, it's quite a smaller community and people don't realise that other places exist. It's Thanet and they think, oh yeah, you know, because I boxed at Winter Gardens or other places, but. I mean, the Thanet's up in London now, isn't it? It's crazy. Yeah. But back in the day, it was like, you know, everyone knew Thanet as Dreamland, Benbon Brothers, and then the boxer come along.
That's it, man.
So I change it. Come on, champ.
That's it. 100%, man. And mate, obviously there's wins. There's gonna be like really high energy.
Oh yeah.
Losses. It's gonna fucking come crashing down.
Yeah.
How were you like managing? Because you came back swinging and winning again, even if you had a loss recently.
Yeah, like I said, it's just like what happens. Like you said. Doesn't make you, or like, winning and losing doesn't make you. It's like it's your heart plays the part. That's what I say. You have to have the heart that plays the part. Yeah. And if you've got some skills that pays the bills, then go for it. You know what I mean? So, but for me, it was just like I was a little bit trying to go ahead of the time. But other people was like still doing that. Now they got the nutrition. I was saying about that back in the day, man. Get nutrition. Let's get this. I was like, shut up, man, because. I was thinking, mate, you could get the edge. Because I was always trying to get the edge. How become better than, you know, the old school, like, you know, like I said, people say, like, the bodybuilders back in the day, you know, you got, like, I don't know, like, you look at them now, the people at high school looking as good as the bodybuilders were back in the day.
Right.
Like, they're shredding. So they know the stuff now. And I said, time's moved on, and we've got to, like, leave that, what's in the past. So back in my day, we did it like this.
100%.
Now, mate, you've got to be supposed to good kids coming through. Good champions, like, so you got to respect them all. So yeah,
it's important to grow and develop, man. 100%. It's the same as what you mentioned about social media comments, like this random thing, but young boxers should maximize that 100%. Because imagine if an actual fighter has the same sort of following as Jake Paul, mate, that's boxing.
It's pretty cool because someone said to me like we was in Marbella somewhere and we was trying to get it was in a restaurant. I was talking to someone. I didn't know what it was. It was like it was going. Yeah, I said, we fight from Mother. Well, yeah, they got that boxer from down there, innit? Yeah. I don't want to me. They got that boxer here and they got Dreamland, you know, yeah, they got that. So yeah, it's crazy, man. But
that's insane,
still good.
Man. That is insane, bro. Oh, what would your advice be to like? Well, some of these lads are all like up and coming fighters, right? What would your advice be?
Man, my advice would be come in here and see how they've worked. You know what I mean, what determination, heart. Like some of these guys got 9 to 5 jobs. And you know they're coming home. Like, some of them like some digging hard labour job coming in here, and they're going home like sweating, train hard. You know, what I mean, determined. And they're real men, man. Jerry, they come in here, they're not, and that's hard. This ain't no football game when you fall over. Or you know, tough, man. And I said, when you do boxing, you grow because mentally and physically, it's like you'll feel, man, I'm capable of doing something. You know what I mean? I mean, it gives you that. As I said, motion causes emotion. Motion in your body, like you're moving, you're punching, you're dancing, and everyone's feeling good about themselves because there's a lot of mental health at the moment. Like certain people I talk to, and I said, if you've got mental health, come down to the boxing gym, man, and kick that ass, mate. Kick that bag, and that's what you need, honestly. Because you know, for me, like, I said, ups and downs. Suddenly, your life just in an instant second changes. You think, oh, what do I do now? And I said, having a gym here and coming here with the boys and working. You never know. One champion might come through the doors one day. And then,
right, 100%, man. 100%.
The next Amir Khan, next Nazim, or the next.
There you go.
Kawasaki, you know.
The next tack, man.
That's the next tack. Come on, man. Yeah, come on, tack.
Mate, you know it, man. But do you know one thing I wanted to ask as well is, you know, you've obviously reached like insane highs.
Yeah.
And you're also a family man. So how did you like transition? Was it like a switch off after the like live boxing career, or was yours?
I actually learned to say, like, you know what I mean, like when when the boxing career was sort of over, I said, like, I'm going to have to be the best dad now that I'm going to be the champion. So everything I do, I set myself some high goals and said, like, I want to be a champion. Yeah. To be the champion, you've got to be the best, better than everyone else. So in my head, I'm thinking I'm the best dad in the world. So
yeah,
I'm the champion, but
man.
my kids thinking I'm just a moany old git.
No
it's
way.
all good.
Honestly, the only experience I've ever had with you, we've trained like a few times now. We've been in the same gyms for years, and I've seen obviously your kids like commenting on your stuff on social media, mate. There's only been a positive energy.
I don't know what to do social media, and I don't like talking about myself. It's a bit fake. Actually, I do like talking about myself. Damn good. I love talking about myself. But yeah, it's just like, my boy, like, you know, he's put some videos up, and I thought, oh, well, come on, man, this is quite loads. And he had he put a bill, like I said, when put a thing on Tyson and stuff, and he had Peter McNeely, like, oh, man, that's me. That's the guy who got knocked out. That's me. I said, oh God.
There you go, mate. There you go.
It's crazy, but he's getting massive following, my boy, and
nice.
And I said, my kids have, they've obviously got some good genes. They've got a determination gene. So they're working hard at school. It's got, as I said, it's hard for them to, you know, we don't know what the future holds, do we? But it's got to be positive and keep a guard up, chin down, and going with the punches and see what happens.
That's it, man. Mate. And in terms of, like you say, obviously you're in sick shape. You're about to go training now. Yeah. Like, how are you maintaining, man? Any secrets on recovery, sleep? What's the secret, man?
Mate, listen. Just be happy, right? Drink some water. Yeah. Don't drink that alcohol shit.
Yeah.
Like, don't smoke that shit. Don't do none of that crazy stuff, man. And just listen. If you just be happy and smile, every day when you get up and you think, another day I'm living, it's all good. Honestly. And I said, have that mindset, you know. The harder I work, the luckier I get, and just be grateful for what you got. You know what I mean? Because soon, like I said, I've been there, I've been at the top, and I've been at the bottom, so I know what it feels like. You just got to enjoy every second of it. And like I said, we're on a journey. We don't know where we're going to go, but we're going to make sure that we're on this ride. We'll play some good music as we go in. We take some good food with us, and just enjoy ourselves. You know what I mean? Sure. We're going to get ups and downs, but listen, we'll be prepared. We'll have that shield there to protect us. So you have to have your guard up, chin down, and keep going.
Mate, honestly, it's amazing for you to say that, because literally the purpose of this channel and this these specific part, like the Beast Ambition stuff, is literally to spread a positive message. Yeah. And when I reached a certain sort of level and people were enjoying what they saw, I said to them, I will try and do this. So you're like, the first thing, what a way to start, man. Like,
well, listen, you got the champ, you got the ex-champ coming in. I'm still the champ. I'm the champion, dad, and I'm going to go and put on some show out there. You see that tag still got it, you know what I mean?
That's it.
And then, let me see what happens. You never know, man. You got all these fighters coming back. I mean, look.
Well, I was going to say.
I'm here. Come on, bring it on.
You've kept yourself so fit, man. Isn't a return on the cards?
I'm still fresh.
What are you saying? Mate, honestly, man. Thank you so much for doing this. Let's do it, bro.
Respect, man.
Honestly, let's get some videos of you on the old pads and bags, man.
Next time we're in the gym, watch your bench press 200 key.
That's it.
Picking up them deadlifts. Yeah, I'm coming. Right, let's go and kick some ass now.
All right, man.
We're hitting the pads. Yeah. We're hitting these, man. We're hitting the rock. Solid, mate.
Now look at him, man.
Grafter, mate. Legend in the game. Hands up, Chaz. Stop holding, Chaz. And I don't miss this anymore. It's nice, but I don't miss it. Boom.